in Knoxville, Tennessee.
We have more breaking news for you this afternoon. A Detroit man has been indicted on murder charges after a deadly shooting on I-640 earlier this month. Police say he is still on the run right now. Deshaun Moten, charged with first-degree murder. Take a look at your screen. First-degree murder, felony murder are his charges right now.
Got one running. Black cat.
No, straight.
Oh, he showed. Oh, no, he has nowhere to go. He has nowhere to go. He did his clothes.
Why don't you have shoes on?
I'm homeless.
You're homeless? Put your hands behind your back.
Got one running. Black cat.
No, straight.
Oh, he showed. Oh, no, he has nowhere to go. He has nowhere to go. He did his clothes.
Why don't you have shoes on?
I'm homeless.
You're homeless? Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands. We're in front of Warren Animal Clinic. We got one resisting. We found him.
Grab it right now.
Just the beard oil, basically. Let's go with him.
Got one running. Black cat. Winter boot. Coming right towards you, David 21. Okay, southbound towards 14 mile road. Heading toward the car dealership lot. He's hiding in here somewhere. Right by the Jeep compasses, over by the big billboard sign.
What are we arrested for?
Retail fraud, R&O. Yeah, he's over there by that Andiamo, heading towards the woods. That white building. Hey, Daoud, grab your car. Yep.
Officers spot the suspect's shoes, confirming they're heading in the right direction.
He's gonna be shoeless. Drop the shoes in the lot. What you got? He's going to be on the other side of the river, over by this RV storage lot. Let me hop in. He's going to be on this side of that RV lot. Yep. Oh, fuck. Yeah, just a lot of running, dude.
Good hands, baby. Go get him.
He's got no shoes. He dropped his shoes right up here on the right. Yep, black male, black hat, black jacket, black pants, black backpack. He's got one of those face mask things.
Shiesties?
Yep.
Can you repeat?
Just one suspect.
Or were you able to ID him before?
Negative. See him? Yep.
Is that somebody?
That's a backpack. No, it's not. It's some kind of pants. That wasn't his though.
Sterling Heights, Michigan, January 10th, 2026. A bottle of beard oil, a barefoot chase through freezing cold, and a double homicide suspect nobody knew was there. The question isn't what happened, it's what almost didn't happen. I've analyzed hundreds of these cases, but this one sits different. Because every decision point here, from the store to the river to that final tackle, could have gone the other way. And if it had, to murder victims would still be waiting for justice. Let's start with a legal foundation. Under Terry versus Ohio from 1968, officers need reasonable suspicion to stop you, not a hunch, not a guess. Specific articulable facts that criminal activity is happening or about to happen. Here's what they had. Loss prevention detained someone for retail fraud under Michigan Compiled Laws Section 750.356D. That's theft under $200. The officer had reasonable suspicion the moment he arrived. The stop was clean. But here's the human thinking angle from the suspect's perspective. He's looking at a misdemeanor citation. Maybe a court date. Why run? Because he wasn't thinking about beard oil. He was thinking about Tennessee, about 2 bodies. About that 17-count indictment. The moment he bolts, everything changes. Flight from police isn't just suspicious, it's probable cause for obstruction. Under Michigan law, fleeing and eluding transforms this from a retail theft into felony territory. He made that choice in 3 seconds. Now let's talk about the pursuit itself. Officers lost visual contact multiple times. They're searching parking lots, crossing rivers, covering serious ground. Some people ask, is this proportional to beard oil? And that's the wrong question. The pursuit isn't about the beard oil anymore. It's about a suspect who fled lawful detention, who's now obstructing police, who could be anyone. Officers don't get to say, well, it's just shoplifting, let him go. That's not how law enforcement works. Here's where the Fourth Amendment gets interesting. United States versus Santana from 1976 gives us the hot pursuit exception. When you flee from officers who have probable cause, you don't get to claim sanctuary by running into a building or hiding.
David 90, do we have a K9 available? Okay, meet me in the northwest Menards parking lot by the 10-foot wooden fence. What do you got dropped over there? Dude, unless he was layered up. They had to have been.
Yeah, there's no way.
So, Scott, I'm thinking those might be his pants, and then here's another piece of clothing. His line of path would have been right through here, because this is that RV lot that he was coming up to. So we didn't go any further down here. We stopped right here. We heading southbound on the west side of Menards.
be on the other side of the woods.
Other side of the woods.
Dave and I would be at the north side of the Comfort Inn.
Somebody frame 21. Also, we have danger in 1 that was on the lot right now.
Let me clear it.
David 90, your last was unreadable.
South of Menards, north of the hotel.
South Menards is not working.
Yep.
There's fresh prints at that door.
Alright, stop. Stop right there. Why don't you have shoes on? Why don't you have shoes on?
I'm homeless.
You're homeless? Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands. Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
Can I radio right now?
We're in front of Warren Animal Clinic. We got one resisting. We found him.
Get on your back. Get on your back. Get on your back. You're gonna get tased. Get on your back.
I haven't done nothing.
Get on your stomach right now.
I haven't done anything.
Get on your stomach right now.
I haven't done
Get on your stomach.
I haven't done anything.
Get on your stomach.
Come over. Come over.
Stop fighting. Stop fighting, dude. Get him on the stomach.
Guys, my leg.
Okay, get up. Put your hand behind your back. Stop resisting. Where's the arm?
Stop resisting.
I'm on the stomach.
You gotta stop resisting the what? Stop resisting.
Here we go. We're good. Slow down. We got this wrist. Bring your other arm. Move your hand. Give me the other hand.
Give us your fucking hand.
No, we still got one hand. Maddie, get over here. Grab his arm. No, he's tucking it. He's tucking it.
I got it. We got it.
You can see his arm out. All right. Go. Give me this hand. Squeeze it.
Shirt's in the way. Shirt is in the way.
You got the wrong one. Go.
There you go. Yeah, okay. My ass, you ain't got no shoes on.
Get up.
Get up.
Get up. Dude.
Oh, dude, you gotta get up.
Straight legs.
Car.
There you go.
Here we go. Walk this way. Passenger side.
The discarded shoes, the shed clothing, that's not just evidence. Under the plain view doctrine, anything you abandon in public space is fair game, no warrant needed. He was literally leaving a breadcrumb trail for the K-9 unit to follow. Let's pause on the K-9 deployment because this matters. People sometimes think K-9 tracks require warrants. They don't. A trained dog following scent from discarded property in public areas raises zero Fourth Amendment issues. This is textbook investigative procedure. The dog locks onto the scent. Officers establish a perimeter. They're coordinating over radio. And then they find him, soaking wet, barefoot, wearing completely different clothes than when he ran, red instead of black. Still insisting they've got the wrong guy. Now we get to the arrest, and this is where Graham versus Connor from 1989 becomes critical. The Supreme Court ruled that use of force must be objectively reasonable based on the totality of circumstances. not 20/20 hindsight. What did officers know at that moment? Suspect fled from lawful stop, led them on extended chase, changed clothes, refused commands, and now he's actively resisting. The force they used, multiple officers, physical restraint, was proportional to that active resistance. Here's the counter-argument some people raise. He's not fighting back with violence, he's just not complying. Shouldn't officers de-escalate? And here's the problem with that logic. Active resistance is resistance. Passive non-compliance ended when he started pulling away. Under Graham, officers don't have to wait until someone throws a punch. They can use reasonable force to overcome resistance and complete a lawful arrest. The standard isn't minimal force, it's objectively reasonable force. Big difference. Once he's in cuffs, officers conduct a search. He protests, says they need consent, he's wrong. United States versus Robinson from 1973 is crystal clear. Search incident to lawful arrest requires no warrant, no consent, no additional justification. The officer's response, "You have, shut up," isn't the most professional phrasing, but the law is on his side. When you're under lawful arrest, your Fourth Amendment protections narrow significantly. That's not opinion, that's Supreme Court precedent. Then comes the identification issue. In Michigan, refusing to identify yourself during a lawful arrest is a separate crime. This isn't a Fifth Amendment situation. You can remain silent about the offense, but you cannot refuse to say who you are. The officer explains this clearly. There's cameras everywhere. You're already caught. Don't add more charges. That's not intimidation. That's practical legal advice. But the suspect stays silent. John Doe adding another charge to the pile. Here's what makes this case extraordinary. Fingerprints come back. And suddenly this isn't about beard oil or obstruction or refusing to identify. This is about Deschamton, wanted on a 17-count indictment out of Knox County, Tennessee. 2 counts first-degree murder, 2 counts felony murder, 1 count attempted first-degree murder. A triple shooting on Interstate 640 2 months earlier for men in a car. 3 shot, 2 dead. 1 survivor fighting for his life. Knoxville Police had been hunting him for weeks. Vehicle recovered in Kentucky, cell phone records analyzed. United States Marshal Service involved. And the whole time, he's in Michigan, shoplifting beard oil, thinking he's invisible.
Alright.
You don't have no consent to search.
Shut up.
Pretty good search.
Check that side.
Unlock it, dude. Alright, come on, bro. Stop. I don't got shit. You keep touching my dick. Look. I told you I don't have it. I gotta go to the station.
Yeah, it's 100%.
He's wearing all black. So he must have ditched it.
He ditched his clothes.
Come down there, I'll take some.
Now, give me the roll information.
It looks like he took his clothes off because he's in all red right now, but he's soaking wet, no shoes.
Yeah, no, that's him.
No, it's not. You have the wrong guy.
He's soaking wet.
He said he dumped his pants in Menard, so.
You don't. You're good. Hey, Isho's gonna transport. We're gonna follow him. All you gotta do is the report.
Perfect. Good deal.
We're gonna do
Oh yeah, good work. Yeah.
felony R&O.
Yep. Good with that. And then
What is it? Retail 3, I assume.
yeah. And
He won't identify, so right now he's just a John Doe. So
Okay. We'll just
when
throw
he
on
gets
another
prints,
charge.
yeah.
And then
So we'll do felony R&O, misdemeanor R&O for the not identifying,
and then the retail, whatever that comes back to.
and then the retail.
It's a crime not to ID yourself, so. Look at me. Dude, there's so many cameras in that building. Dude, you're done. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to get another charge. What's your first name? What's your first name? Nah, dude. Nah. All right. Well, we're just going to get your name at the jail then and just get tacked on charges, all right, bud?
Let's analyze the primary arresting officer. Maintain pursuit despite losing visual contact. coordinated with multiple units, recognized the evidence trail, used appropriate force during active resistance, attempted to obtain identification, explained the consequences clearly. The only critique, and it's minor, that shut up during the search could have been cleaner. But under pressure, after an extended foot chase, dealing with someone who won't comply, the professionalism level here is solid. This officer did the job right. The canine handler deserves special recognition. Recognized when traditional search was failing. Collected proper scent articles. Maintained clear radio communication. Noted corroborating evidence like fresh footprints. The track covered serious distance and delivered results. Now Deschambaton's decisions. This is a cascade of catastrophic judgment. You're wanted for double homicide. You're a fugitive, and you shoplift. Then you run from police. Then you fight during arrest. Then you refuse to identify yourself. Each decision made the next one worse. The beard oil brought attention. The flight created felonies. The resistance escalated force. The refusal to identify added charges. And all of it, every single choice, while those murder warrants were active. People ask, what was he thinking? And that's the point. He wasn't, because criminal thinking isn't rational thinking. It's short-term, reactive, focused on the immediate moment. He saw beard oil, not consequences. He saw escape, not inevitability. The Sterling Heights Police Department's coordination throughout this incident shows how professional law enforcement operates. Multiple units working together. Canine deployment when needed, appropriate force levels, proper post-arrest procedures, and ultimately, a violent fugitive off the streets. Lesson 1, your smallest decisions can trigger your biggest consequences. Moten could have walked away from that beard oil. Could have accepted the shoplifting charge. Could have identified himself. Each decision point was a chance to minimize damage. For everyday people, this applies to everything. That drink before driving, that argument that turns physical, that decision to run when pulled over. You think you're managing one problem, but you're creating 5 more. The smarter play is always to stop the spiral early. Lesson 2, know your rights, but know the limits of your rights. Moten thought refusing to identify was protected speech. He was wrong. In Michigan, like many states, identification during lawful arrest is mandatory. Refusing doesn't protect you, it charges you. If you're detained or arrested, comply with identification requests. You can still remain silent about the offense. You can still request an attorney. But playing games with your name just adds charges. There's no tactical advantage, only legal liability. Lesson 3, law enforcement takes every call seriously because they have to. People criticize cops for overreacting to minor crimes, but officers don't know what they're walking into. That shoplifter might be a fugitive. That traffic stop might be a wanted felon. This case proves why police can't just shrug off small crimes. Professional, methodical, coordinated police work on a beard oil theft led to capturing a double murder suspect. That's not luck, that's doing the job right every single time. A bottle of beard oil, a river crossing, a barefoot man in the cold. Sometimes the smallest calls break the biggest cases. Sterling Heights officers didn't know they were hunting a killer, but they treated every step like they might be. And that made all the difference.